Welcome to this video tutorial on how to use the tool on the calculation of CO2 emission avoidance that is generated from the investments in energy-efficient equipment. This tool was created as part of the Go Safe with ESI solution, which aims at de-risking investment in energy efficiency in the private sector. This tool is designed to help providers of energy-efficient equipment and their clients to measure the CO2 emission avoidance for each investment on a technology supported by the tool. We start by opening the Excel tool, and in the process, we make sure to click on Enable Macros. This will allow for all functionalities of the tool to work properly. You will see that there are three main tabs in the tool, namely Guidance, Summary, and Energy Efficient Measure 1. The rest of the tabs are a repetition of energy efficient measures so that the tool can be used for multiple technologies within the same investment project. The first tab, Guidance, gives you the main information on how to use the tool step by step and definitions of main concepts for a full understanding of this tool. This is complemented by a separate manual where the functionality of the tool is explained in detail. The manual will be given to the users together with this tool. The second tab, that is named Summary, gives an overall results of the CO2 emission avoidance of your project, after we have inserted all necessary input in the third tab, which is named Energy Efficient Measure 1. As you can see here, the main data that it shows are number of energy efficiency measure, meaning the number of overall technologies that are invested within the project. This would be equal to the number of tabs that are filled in from the tool. Total CO2 emission avoided for all the energy efficiency measure, divided by Scope 1, Scope 2, and Scope 3, and summary table where all the CO2 emission avoidance is shown per scope and per energy efficiency measure. The third tab, which is named Energy Efficiency Measure 1, is where the user needs to fill all their input in order to get the CO2 emission avoidance calculated. The user needs to fill out all the orange-colored cell in a chronological order from A to C and then from 1 to 4. These fields are mandatory for the tool to work. The blue-colored cells are for filling in complementary project information in order to identify your project. The gray-colored cells show the intermediate results that are automatically calculated from the tool, and the green-colored cells show the final results, which are as well calculated automatically. Now let's see how the tool works in practice and use it for a hypothetical project in investing in energy-efficient investment, which is heat pumps in a resort in Greece. I will start by filling in the information on the top right of the Energy Efficiency Measure 1 tab, such as the name of technology provider, name of client, and date of reporting. If applicable, any identification number selected by the technology provider for the project can be filled here. Afterward, I will fill in the complementary data in the left side of the page, such as the project name, which can be HVAC, system upgrade, project location, which can be Athens in Greece, and under description of energy efficiency measure, I can put any additional information that is needed regarding the project. Now we have to fill in all the mandatory orange cells from A to C and from 1 to 4, which are A, technology. This refers to the new energy efficient technology that will be installed. We will click on the arrow and select from the drop-down menu HVAC. We move on to point B, country, and select from the drop-down menu one of the 6 countries where the tool can be applicable. In our case, it will be Greece. In point C, we define the reference output. For example, we can put heating of all building for the calendar year 2023 versus 2024. Moving on to the orange cells from 1 to 4, here we define the basic data before retrofits, such as in point 1, we select from the drop-down menu the energy source topic. In our case, this will be liquid fuels. In point 2, we select the energy carrier. In our case, this will be gas oil. In point 3, we select the unit. In our case, this will be liters. And in point 4, we select the amount, which in our case, it will be 30,000 liters consumed for the year 2023. After filling in this information, we already notice how the tool makes the first automatic calculation on the CO2 emission of the old technology before retrofit, based on the relevant emission factors of the selected country. The calculations are divided per scope 1, 2, and 3. The reference of the emission factor is as well shown in the tool in the gray boxes. This will be annually updated and according to country regulations. Now we move on in the after retrofit section and fill in the same data, namely, in point 1, we select from the drop-down menu the energy source topic after retrofit. In our case, this will be electricity. In point 2, we select from the drop-down menu the energy carrier. In our case, this will be electricity purchased. In point 3, we select the unit. In our case, this will be kilowatt hours. And in point 4, we select the new amount of electricity used after retrofit. And in our case, this will be 100,000 kilowatt hours used for the year 2024. In the rest of the section, we already see the automated calculation in the gray boxes. Here we notice the new CO2 emission avoidance calculation after retrofit, divided in scope 1, 2, and 3. As well here, the new emission factors and the reference of these factors are shown in the relevant boxes. The final results of these automatic calculations are shown in the box in the bottom left of the page, which is titled Results of Calculation of this Energy Efficiency Measure. Here we see the total emission before and after retrofit, as well as in the green box, the total avoided CO2 emission from this energy efficiency measure. The number is negative, and this shows the avoidance of the CO2 emission. In our case, through this energy efficiency measure, we are avoiding in total an emission of 38,512.71 kg of CO2 equivalent. This exercise can be repeated for different energy sources within the same energy efficiency measure, and as well for different energy efficiency measures within the same investment. This means that the tool can accommodate a more large and complex investment in energy efficiency where multiple new technologies and multiple carriers are involved. As stated in the beginning, the result of the whole investment will be shown in the Summary tab. In our hypothetical project, we can see that we have taken one measure of energy efficiency and the total overall CO2 emission avoidance is around 38.5 metric tons of CO2 equivalent. Thank you for watching this video tutorial on how to use the CO2 emission avoidance calculation tool. If you need more information on the tool or on the Go Safe with ESI solution, please do not hesitate to contact us at gosafe-esi.com.